ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णा चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थसुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजता दधोक्षजय आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। The reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 84, verse number 12. So we read how Krishna, when he was in Kurukshetra, he met Vrajvasis, Gopis, also the Kauravas, Pandavas, and then many sages came there to see him, and Krishna received them nicely, worshipped them, and then he spoke in their praise, considering himself just as an ordinary person, and said that he is fortunate to have darshan of so many sages, and these sages are superior to holy places which purify by regular practice, but they purify you just by your darshan. So he continues to speak. Nagni na suryo na chandra taraka na bhurjalam kham swasnoth vangmanaha upasita bheda krito hridantyagam vipashchito gnanti muhurta sevaya. So the worship of fire, sun, moon, stars, earth, water, sky, air, speech, mind, it does not take away the sins of a person, because person keeps a dualistic vision or separatist mentality. But if one does service to sadhus, vipaschita, then they take away all sins. So vipaschita means who has seen the truth, reality. So doing service to such people, muhurta sevaya, even if done for one muhurta, then it agham ghananti. It destroys all sins. So sins means tendency for committing sins, which means material desires, kamesha, krodhesha, rajogun samudbhava, mahasano mahapapma. So this kama is the real mahapapama, big sinner, which means that this is the cause of all sins. If mind is not attached to material enjoyment, why would one do anything? So therefore he says that meeting such sadhus, doing service to them, one understands the reality and gives up the bheda, krit, prathak bhav or bhed bhav, understands that there is only one absolute reality and thus does not exploit others. Vang mansorapi upasana vishyatvam ya vacham brahmeti upasta ya mano brahmeti upasta iti shrute. So here in the list, speech and mind is also mentioned as object of worship. So how is that possible? When we can see people worshipping fire, sun, moon, etc., earth also, water as in holy places, but worshipping mind. So therefore it says that it is mentioned in the Shruti, Vacham Brahma iti upaste yo mano brahma iti upaste. So there are statements that if one worships speech as Brahman, then one is free to talk as he wishes, and in the realm of speech he can talk freely. Similarly about manas. So that means there are statements of worshipping Vach, very famous statement, Vacham Dhenu Upasita, that you worship the cow in the form of speech. Shut Pipashadi bhi Adar Prapti Adi bhi Atma Paryo Samyapi Bhedam Karoti iti Bhedakrit. So although there is no difference between one's own Atma and the others, they are equal, but when it comes to hunger, thirst, means you have to eat, then you make the distinction. Tasyagham bhedothameva uttamavagya apeksham matsaryadikam ghananti. So this bheda, this feeling of being separate, is destroyed by doing service. That is the meaning of agham or sin. Because when we have this feeling, then we disrespect others. We have envy, jealousy, and so on. Yasyatma buddhi kunpe tridhatuke swadhi kalatrādishu bhaume ejyadhi yatirtha buddhi salilena karhichit janeshva bhugyeshu saeva gokharaha. So one who considers this body, which is a bag of three dhatus. Ayurveda says that there is a vata, pitta and kapha. These are three dhatus, also called three doshas. So body is made of that. It runs on them. If there is imbalance in them, then one is sick. So some dhatu, some agni kriya. So when dhatus are in balanced state, that is what is called health. Atmendriya mana prasanna swasthaitya vidhiyate. So dhatus, dhatu, as you know, in Sanskrit is the root. So this is what similar meaning here. Dharana dhatu, that they maintain it, they sustain it, they are the basis, they are the root, foundation of the body. If you take out vata from the body, you are finished. If you take out pitta, no fire, you are dead, cannot digest food. If you take out kapha, you are dehydrated. So therefore, Sri Krishna is calling this body as a bag, kunapa. That it is a bag. And bag has got some baggage inside it. So to think this bag as you yourself, Atma Buddhi, that I am this bag. And Swadhi Kalatradhishu, to consider your wife, etc. as your own. This is my wife, this is my children. And Bhaume Ijyadhi, and to consider your birthplace as worshipable. Janni Janbhumischa Swargadapi Gariyasi. So mother and the place of birth are superior even to heaven. So to consider Bhauma as worshipable, and Yatirtha Buddhi Salile, and to consider some water as holy place. Na karhichit janeshu bhagyeshu, but not giving respect to those who are sadhus. Then such a person is an ass among animals. So ass is considered as good among animals? No. So he says that among the animals also he is an ass. Ass is considered as most foolish. Poor ass. So Gokhara is called Saeva Gokhara. He says these asses which are you seeing, they are not the asses. This type of human being is the real ass. Because he cannot do anything. He is an animal, he is born, he is actually doing good service. But human beings, they are the true Gokharas. अतः साधून विहाय अन्यत्र आत्मबुद्ध्या सज्जमानो अति मंद. Therefore, who does not respect the sadhus and consider them as their own, but is attached to other things, he is a damn fool. Kunpaha shavas tattulya dehe. Kunpa means dead body, corpse. So he says this body is like that. Tridhatuke vat pitta kaphamaya. He says this body is made of these three dhatus: air, bile, mucus. Yasya Atma Buddhi, and one who considers this to be yourself. You are a spiritual being, but you identify with this bag that I am Pitta, I am Kapha, I am Vata. Right? You also say like that. This guy is a Kapha, this guy is Pitta, he is Vata. So Yasya Atma Buddhi, Atma Premaspadam. Atma here means object of love, means you have too much love for the body. Body love. Tad buddhi swadhi sviya ime iti dhi. And then to consider wife, children, etc. as mine. Bhaume parthi pratimado ujjadhi. Pujyo ayam buddhi. Some statue made of earth or stone to worship that. Worshipable. Yatyasya salle nadyadi jale tirtham idam iti buddhi, and some river etc. consider this is the tirtha, holy place. Karichit kadachit api abhigyasu bhagavad tattvagyasu yasyata buddhyo na bhavanti. But not to have this kind of feeling in people who are devotees, who understand who is Krishna, who know the reality. Saeva Gokhara. So he is a Gokhara. What does Gokhara means? Goscha asau kharascha iti ubhay sadharmyad ubhay sabdavacha ityartha. That he is a cow, go, and he is an ass. Yadva gavamapi tranadi bhar vahako gardhava. Or he is just an ass. He carried the load for the cows. Brihaspati Samhitayam tu, in Brihaspati Samhita it is written, Agyat Bhagavad Dharma Bhagavad Dharma Mantra Vijnana Samvida Narasthe Gokara Gaya Api Bhupal Vandita. Those human beings who do not know who is Bhagwan, what is Dharma, what is Mantra, do not have any knowledge about these things, they are definitely animals, even if they are worshipped by king. Atriyasya Atma Buddhi Kunpa eva natu abhigyasu iti yuktya ubhyatra Atma Buddhyo na Gokhara iti ayatam. So one who considers this bag of these three dhatus as one's own self, then he is considered as Gokhara, but not considering the sadhus, not respecting them. But one who respects one's own body and respects the sadhu, he is not a Gokhara. He is not an ass. Abhigyasu Atma Buddhyastu Atisreshta. One who does not consider one's own body as object of love and affection, but only the sadhus, he is the best. Atra bhaume bhagavat pratima bhinne iti vyakhyam. So bhauma he translated as some pratima or forms of some beings. So he says this is separate from Bhagavan's form. Iti vyakhyam. Why? Archayameva hariye pujam yasradhya ihate na tad bhaktesu chanyesu sa bhakta prakrita smrita. A bhakta who worships only in the deity form of Hari with faith but does not give respect to the devotees is considered as a beginner bhakta. Iti ekadas ukter abhigyasu ijya buddhi abhave tat pratima sevina kanishta bhakta ukta. So here one who is not giving respect to the devotees or sadhus but worships the deity, he is not called a Gokhara, he is called Kanishta Bhakta, means the lower class devotee. So therefore this word Bhauma has to be understood any other form other than the form of Bhagavan. Evam salila ityatrapi ganga yamunadi bhinna iti vyakhyam. Similarly the water, one who considers water as a tirtha, so water here excludes rivers like Ganga, Yamuna, etc., the holy rivers. But any other river to consider that as the tirtha, that is animal. Tadris vachan parasahasrave, because there are hundreds of statements glorifying the rivers like Ganga, etc. Ganga Gangeti Yogriyat Yojananam Satam Param. Even if you say Ganga, Ganga from 100 yojanas away from Ganga, you become purified. Sri Shuka Vacha. So this is how Krishna praised them. Then he stopped after calling all these people as Gokhara. Then Sukadeva Goswami said, Nishammeitham Bhagavata Krishnasya Kunthamedasaha Vacho Duranvayam Vipratushnimasan Brahmadhya. After hearing these words of Krishna, who is Akuntha Medasa, whose intelligence is unlimited and unobstructed by anything, the sages were unable to understand the intent of his words, that what is he trying to say? He is praising us. Why is he praising us? We have come to see him. So their intelligence was bewildered and they did not know what to say. So therefore they remained silent. Vachaha abho vayam janubhrita ityadikam duranvayam tadanurupatva mahurgamam. Which are the words which bewildered them, where Krishna was saying, oh, my life has become successful now that I have had your darshan. So these kinds of words were very confusing to them because they are not in line with Krishna's personality. Krishna is not an ordinary human being. So that's why they remained silent after hearing this. Chiram vimrishya muniya ishwarasya isitavyatam janasangraha iti uchu smayantastam jagadgurum. For a long time they remained silent, did not know what to say. Then finally they understood that he is Ishvara and he is acting as if he is an ordinary being to set an example for others. Therefore, when they understood this, they smilingly spoke to Sri Krishna, who is Jagadguru. So Krishna is called Jagadguru here. Iswarasya munishu ishitavyatvam chiram vimrishya tatra uppatti pashyanto jana sangraho dharma stapakasya bhagavato lok shikshanartham eva idam vachan avarnadikam iti uchu. So Krishna, speaking as if he is under the control of the sages, they remained silent for a long time. And finally they understood the logic behind his words and then they spoke. So they said that he is doing this to give education to people because he has come to establish dharma. And yadi yadacharti shrestha tattadev vitarojana, whatever a great person does, others follow that. So he is doing that. So he says that these words are covering his real personality. And then they spoke, knowing that he is Jagadguru, he is the teacher of the world and he is teaching by his own example. Sri Muniya Uchu, then the sages they spoke. Yanmaya tattva viduttama vayam vimohita vishwa srijamadhishvara yadi shitavyayati gudha ihaya aho vichitram bhagavad vicheshtritam. He says that the Maya of Bhagavan is so powerful that it can bewilder even us who are knower of the Tattva, and we are even controller of those who are Prajapatis or progenitors. Yadi sitavyayati gudhaiya. And Bhagavan is acting like an ordinary Jiva as if he is controlled by us. He says that is his deep desire to teach us. He says the activities of Bhagavan are very wonderful, not easy to understand. because his Maya is like that. Swam Parmeshwaropi Bhagavan Ishitavyayate. That although Bhagavan is Parmeshwara, but he is behaving like ordinary being, as if he is under the control of sages. Iha narachestaya hetuna gudha durlakshasan. Because he is acting like a human being, it is difficult to understand his intention. Gudha. Etadeva vichastritam bhagavat param yasaskaram ityartha. And it is this behavior that brings great glory to Bhagavan, because he is not flaunting his Ishwaratva, that I am God, I am great, everybody should worship me. Rather, he is behaving in a very humble way and then teaching us that we who are just a little spark, 1/10,000th tip of the hair, why should we feel proud? And he who is unlimited, he is being so humble. So this is why he says this is Param Yasaskaram. Bhagam Sri Kam Mahatmya Virya Yatna Arka Kirti Suityamara. So he is giving the meaning of the word Bhagavan from Amar Kosh, because the sages have used the word Bhagavan in the verse as Aho Vichitram Bhagavad Vicheshtritam, that the activities of Bhagavan are very wonderful. So he said that here Bhagavan means whose activities bring fame to him. So why he gets this kind of meaning? Because that is one of the meaning of the word Bhaga according to Amar Kosh. That Bhaga means Sri, Kam, Mahatmya. So Mahatmya means glory, brings glory, or one who has glory. Bhagavan means who has Bhaga. And if it means glory, means who has glories, means he acts in such a way. So this is also, and Kirti also, fame. It's one of the meaning. Anihe tad bahuda ekatmana srijati avati attina badhyate yatha bhaumehi bhumir bahunam rupini aho vibhumnaischaritam vidambanam. The activities of Bhagavan are like a play, because he is one and he has no desires, yet he creates, protects and then destroys. But he is not bound by any of these actions. Name karma phales priya, namam karmani badhananti name karma phales priya, itamam yobhijanati karma bhirsana badhyate. So he is not bound because he has no spriya, name karma phales priya. So that is the meaning of aniha. Aniha means he has no iha, no ichha, phalecha. Therefore, na badhyate, he is not bound, although he does so much activity. You do little activity, you are bound by that. He does big activity, still not bound. Why? Anihaya. He says, Bhaumehi bhumir bahunam rupani. He gives an example in this respect, that just like the earth is one, but it takes many forms as ghatapata, etc. Similarly, Bhagavan is one and he doesn't do anything, and yet he does so many things. So that is his Vidambana or Leela. Tav Aishwaryam Anashwaryam cha Durgamatvad Aparamityāhu Aniheti. Bhagavan's Aishwarya, his power to control, and Anashwarya, or power not to control, both are difficult to understand. With that intention they speak this verse. एतत् जगत बहुविधम आत्मना स्वेनैव सृजति. This world has lot of variety in it. Bhagavan himself creates it from himself. Bhagavan ekaiva bahunam rupam jagat bhavati iti atra drishtanta. Bhagavan is one, and one only becomes so many name and forms. So aham asam ekameva, aham asameva nasadasat param. So he says, in the beginning I was the only one, in the end I will remain one. So the example here is yatha bhumer ekapi bhaume ghatpatadi. Just like earth is only one, but from earth so many objects are created. Yet earth remains earth. Aho adbhutam vibhuna purna parameswarasya vitat charitra. So this is wonderful that Bhagavan, he is Purna Purushottama, he is complete in himself, and he performs all these activities. Vipra aradhanadi lakshanam visitavyatva gamkam vidambanam. He gives honor to the Brahmanas. He behaves as if he is also a conditioned being. This is very astonishing. Isitavyasya anukarnam eva. Vidambanam also means to imitate. So he is just imitating those who are under the control of others. Athapi kale svajana bhiguptaye vibharsi sattvam khal nigrahaya cha salilaya veda patham sanatanam varnashramatma purusha paro bhavan. But still, when time comes, then to protect his devotees, he manifests sattva and he destroys the wicked people. Khal nigrahaya cha salilaya veda patham sanatanam varnashramatma purusha paro. So by his pastime he protects the path of the Vedas, which is eternal, and he is Varnashramatma. He is the one who manifested the Varnashrama system, Chaturvarnamaya system, Gunakarma Vibhagasha. And yet he is beyond everything, Purusha Paro Bhavan. Tadanukarnam cha sishtapalan dushta nigraha dharma sthapanadi arthamitya. This imitation of an ordinary being he does to protect the sadhus and to chastise the wicked people and to establish dharma. Dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuga yuga. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirvavati bharata abhyathanam adharmasya tadatmanam sajanyam. Paritranaya sadhanam vinasaya cha duskritam. Dharma sansthapanarthaya. So those three things are mentioned here. Athapi purna paramaswaratve api sattvam suddha sattvatmakam rupam bibharsi. Although he is complete Parameshwara, yet he manifests his body, which is sattva. Sattva here means Vishuddha sattva, not material sattva. Swalilaya swacharnena ved patham cha vibharsi. And he also maintains the path of the Vedas by his own behavior. Yato varnashramanam atma pravartaka. Because he is the propagator of the varnashrama system. Bhavanstu para purusha tadrishattu purusheshu madhya mukhya. But Krishna is even beyond those who propagate varnashrama. He is the chief among the Purushas. This is what they are saying when they say Purusha Paro Bhavan. So there are three Purushas, Garbhodakshai, Kshirodakshai, Karnodakshai, but he is beyond the Purusha. So Brahmate Hridayam Shuklam Tapaswadhyaya Sanyamaihi Yatropalabdham Sadvyaktam Avyaktam Cha Tatah Param. So te hridayam shuklam brahma. Your heart is the pure Vedas. And these Vedas are understood by austerities, studying, and by the self-control. Yatra uplabdham. Sat avyaktam avyaktam cha tatparam. But he himself, the absolute reality, Param Brahma, is beyond the manifest and unmanifest. Yato Vedastav priya ityahu Brahma Vedakyam Shuklam te hridayam. Because Veda is very dear to Bhagavan, therefore it is said that this Vedakya Shuklam te hridayam is your heart. Yatra Brahmani Vyaktam Karyam Avyaktam Karanam Tata Param Sanmatram Brahmacha Tapadi Bhiruplabdham. So these Vedas, they explain what is Brahman, means the supreme reality. Shabda Brahmani Nishnata Param Brahma Digachati. By studying Shabda Brahma, which is the Veda, one understands Parabrahma. So that is why the Vedas are considered as his heart. And it is through them that one can understand that he is beyond Vyakta and Avyakta, Sat and Asat. So, and this is understood when one lives life of sense restraint, tapa, etc. Tasmad Brahma Kulam Brahman Shastro Nestamatmanaha Sabhajayasi Saddhama Tad Brahmanya Granir Bhavan. Therefore you give so much respect to the Brahmanas who are the Shastrayani, means they are the one who teach Shastra and they are yourself. So this, or you are Shastrayani. Shastrayanitvat is also Vedanta Sutra. He is known only from the Shastra, therefore he is called Shastrayani. Or he is the source of the Shastra, therefore he is called Shastrayani. So Tvam Atmane Shastrayani Brahmakulam. So then that is understood, Shastra is understood from the Brahmanas, teachers. That's why he gives so much respect to them. You worship them, Sabhajayasi Saddhama. They are the place of your attainment. And thus you are the Brahmanya Agrani Bhavan. You are the topmost person who gives respect to the Brahmanas. Shastriyoner Ved Pramanasya Atmane Swasya Saddhama Shreshtham Uplabdhisthanam Brahmakulam Sabhajayasi Pujasi. So you are the supreme or the best place of attainment in the form of the Vedas, which are known to the Brahmanas, Brahmakula. So therefore you can be achieved by studying from the Brahmanas, which are Shastrayani or Veda. The pramana for that is you yourself. And you worship the Brahmanas. So earlier Krishna said that his life has become successful by seeing them. Now they are saying the same thing. They are saying that Yadyad Acharti Shrestha Tattadav Vitarajana. Whatever standards great person sets, common man follows that. So great person said that my life has become successful by having your darshan. So now they are also saying the same to him, that our life has become successful by seeing you. Adyano janma safalyam vidyaya tapsodrashaha tvaya sangamya sadgatya yadantah shreyasam paraha. Today our life has become successful. In our education, our austerities, our eyes, everything has become fruitful, successful, because we have attained your association, you who are the goal of the sadhus. and you are the object of all types of austerities, and you are beyond, you are the Shreyasa Param, you are the ultimate fruit of all auspicious things. त्वया सद्गत्या सद्गति स्वरूपेण सह संगम्य प्राप्य वर्तमाना नाम नो अस्माकं विद्यादि साफल्य. So by attaining your association now in front of our eyes, you who are the Sadgati, we are the personification of the fruit of the sadhus. Our knowledge, austerities, everything has become successful. Yati asmat tvam shreyasham para anto avadhi sima. Because you are the ultimate limit of all auspiciousness or all the ultimate good things. Namastasmai Bhagavate Krishnaya Kuntha Medhase Swayoga Maya Channa Mahimne Paramatmane. So they are just praying to him that we bow down to you, O Bhagavan, O Krishna, O one whose intelligence is unobstructed. You are covered by your own Yoga Maya. You have your own glories. You are the Supreme Immanent Being. Tasmat tvam lok sangrartham asmanstu hi pranama vayam tu tvam ishtadevam namaskurma eveti pranamanti. So he says, for setting the standard for people, you recited prayers to us, you did pranam to us. So now we are doing the same to you. Tvam Ishtadevam, because you are actually the object of worship. You are the person to be praised. So Tvam Ishtadevam Namaskurma Eva. We can only bow down to you, there is nothing more we can do. Nayam vidanti bhupa eka ramasya vrishnayah maya javani ke achannam atmanam kalamishwaram. He says, Nayam vidanti ami bhupa, all these kings do not know you. Eka ramasya vrishnaya, and even these Vrishnis do not understand you. Although they are Eka Rama, they are always with you, eating with you, walking with you, talking with you, playing with you, they are doing everything with you, but still they don't understand you. Uddhava also said this when he met Vidura. He says that these Vrishnis, they did not understand Krishna. Just like the fish in the ocean do not understand the moon, they think moon is another fish. So like that they don't understand. And Maya Javni Kachannam Atmanam Kalameshwara. And you are Maya Javni Kachannam, you are covered by the curtain of Maya. So Kunti Devi also used this word in his prayers, Maya Javni Kachannam Nato Natya Dharo Yatha. Says Krishna, you are covered by your Maya, just like an actor on the stage. He comes dressed up and appears differently, the audience doesn't know who is he. So like that you are. You are the Supreme Self, you are time, you are the Supreme Controller. Etasmin Sayya Asana Adau Aramanti Iti Te Vrishnaya. So Eka Rama means that they take pleasure in you, they sleep with you, sit with you. Atmanam Param Premaspadam Yam Tvam Ishwaram Navidanti. But they don't understand that you are the supreme object of love and you are the Ishvara, supreme controller. Ami asadhavo bhupaha kalam swasanhartaram yam tvam ishwaram navidanti. Similarly, if they cannot understand, then certainly these kings, they don't understand that you are time, you are the annihilator of everybody, you are the Supreme Lord. Why is that? Kutaha maya eva yavnika tesham jnanasya avaran karika. Because you are covered by the yavanika. You are covered by the curtain of Maya. So what does Maya does? It covers the knowledge. Ajnanena avritam jnanam tena muhyanti jantava taya achannam tatra bhupesu maya vidya vishnusu yoga maya iti vivechani. But here it should be understood that the Maya, when it comes, when it is spoken in relationship with the kings, there it is ignorance. Means this is Mahamaya, Bahiranga Maya. When the word Maya is used in relationship with Vrishni, then it means Antaranga Shakti or Yoga Maya. So Yoga Maya also keeps the devotees in ignorance about Krishna being the Supreme, so that they can deal with him as one of their own. Yatha shayana purushaya atmanam gunatatvadrik nam matra indriya bhatam navedarahitam param. So he gives one example of this to understand. He says that just like a person who is sleeping, in this dream he sees many objects being manufactured there, gunatatvadrik, and considers them as to be the real things. But they are only name and form, nam matra indriya bhata. And he does not at that time in the sleep, does not understand that he is beyond that. He also considers oneself also one among the dream. When you are dreaming, you are also within your dream. So who is watching? In the dream you are talking with somebody and you are seeing the dream also. So that means you also create yourself in the dream. Like other people are created, you also create yourself. You are running and there is a tiger chasing you. So you have created you yourself also in the dream and the tiger also, and you are watching both. So he says, na veda rahitam param. Do not understand that you are beyond all this. Kincha aneka nama rupatmakam idam jagat. He says this world is made of various names and forms. There are names, there are forms. Names, forms, names, forms. That's what this world is. Tvam eka eva tatah paropi bhavasi iti lokoyam na veda. But it is you only who is beyond all this and who has become all this. But the people do not know this. Sadrishtantam ahur yatha iti. This is explained here with an example. Yatha purusho jiva shayana swapnan pashyan. Just as a living being who sleeps at night and he is dreaming and he is seeing gunatatvadrik swapna visheshu tattva drishti. He is seeing objects in the dream and he thinks they are real. Nama vyagradi. He sees tiger. He is saying here, tiger is very much in the dream. Matra tadrupadi. So there is a name tiger, there is a form tiger. Then indriyam tashotradi. Then it has its senses, tairabhatam. With that it appears. Vyaragra sarpa rajadikam anek nam rupam ved. So number one is tiger in the dream, number two snake. You also see snakes in the dream. And then you see yourself as king or queen. So he says, Aneka Nama Rupam. So various names and forms are manifest in the dream. But he doesn't know that he is beyond that. Natu tattadrupi bhavanta api atmanam sarupena tadrahitam tado bhinnam param kevalam ekam eva veda. So he says that he does not know that all this manifestation is being done by him and is beyond that. So that he does not know. Evam eva tva tvam ayam ajnani jano. He says, in the same way people do not understand you, all these ignorant people, that you are the one who have become all this, and yet you are beyond all this. But they don't see you like that, they think you are also part of this only, this dream. Namani Dev Manushyadini. So now applying the analogy of the dream to the world. Here also there are names and forms. So names are like devas, human beings, animals. Matra, tadrupadya, then they have their forms. Indriyani, they have their senses. Ihas tachestascha, yatas taya mayas, brahmat chittasan. And then they have their activities which happen, and their mind is bewildered by that. Na vedatvam. They do not know this. Jagadrupena bahunam rupam api swarupena tato bhinnam na janati. That although you manifest as this universe is also his manifestation, Vasudeva Sarvamiti. But he is also not just the universe. It's not that he is like clay and you use the clay and make a pot, then clay has become the pot and there is no more clay remaining. So he makes the universe and he also remains. So Smriti Uplavat Vivek Dhansad, but because people do not have this Viveka, so therefore they do not understand it. This is what is said in the next sloka. Evam tva nama matresu vishendriya ihaya maya vibhrachitto naveda smriti upaplavat. So because people's viveka, the sense of discrimination, is not functioning, it has been covered by avidya, so therefore they do not understand Bhagavan who has manifest in this form of this world. Just like a sleeping man does not understand himself. So just as he does not understand himself as separate from the dream objects, while in the wakeful state we don't understand Krishna as beyond this universe. If he appears here, we think that he is also manifest here like one among us. So this is because of Smriti Upaplava. So loss of Smriti. Smriti here means Viveka. As Arjuna says, Nasto moho smriti labdha. Tat prasadan mayachyuta. So Smriti, although generally spoken of as memory, but here Smriti means Vivek. So to have this distinction. Tasyadyate dadrishamangrimagam maghogamarsam tirthaspadam hridikritam suvipakya yogaihi utsikta bhaktya upahatashaya jiva kosha ayurbhavad gati mitho anugrihane bhaktan. So now they are praying that you who are like this, we have had the good fortune to see your lotus feet. Dadrisham Angri Agogamarsam. Those lotus feet by seeing which all types of sins are immediately destroyed. Those very feet which are the source of Ganga, Tirthaspadam, Hridikritam. Those very feet which are meditated upon by the great yogis, advanced yogis, Vipakya yogi. And it is only by intense devotion to these feet that a living being becomes free from all the conditioning of material body and attains the ultimate destination. We are so only devotees can attain you and not anyone else. So we are praying to you. We are your devotees. Please bless us so that we will also become free from ignorance. एतादृश ज्ञानम व्याचक्षाणापि वयम तु त्वद्भक्ता एव. So the sages are saying that although we are speaking all this knowledge, this jnana, but in essence we are your devotees and not jnani bhaktas or jnanis. Bhaktim vina etadris tvad darshana anupatte. Why are we saying it? Because without devotion it is not possible to see you like this as we are seeing you. So with that intention they speak this verse. Aghagasya marsho naso yasmat tasya. Agha means sin, agha means flood. A flood of sins is destroyed by seeing your lotus feet. Tirthasya gangakhyasya aspadam ashrayam. Your feet are also the shelter of Ganga Devi because it springs from there. Suvapak yogairapi hridhi kritam natu drishtam. Even the great yogis, even in their advanced state of yoga, they can only meditate on your feet, but they cannot see you. Vayam tu tavangrim yad dadrishama. But we are actually seeing your feet. Nanu tadapi lingadeha dhvansnartham jnanam avashyam apeksham. Now if Krishna says that still, although you are talking about bhakti, but if you want to become free from material conditioning, then you must have jnana. Rite jnanatna mukti. Without jnana there is no mukti. So then they say, no. It's not like that. Utsikta udriktaya bhakti staya eva upahata ashaya lakshno jiva kosho yesham. He says your heightened or intense devotion, that itself destroys the jiva kosha or the conditioning in the heart. It's completely destroyed by that. Lingadeha. Teva purvam bhagavad gati mapu nanya. Only such people in the past have attained you and not others. In other words, without bhakti, there is no mukti. No matter how much big jnani you are, without bhakti, mukti is not possible. Atho ateva bhaktan eva asman gyatva anugrahana. Therefore, please bless us, knowing that we are devotees and not just jnanis. So this is the end of their prayers to Krishna. Then this Sukdev will further describe how the sages will leave and Vasudev will ask question. No, sages will leave Krishna, and when they are leaving, then Vasudev is going to ask question to the sages, how he can become free from conditioning. And then Narada will reply to that. And that is actually practically the rest of this chapter. So we'll stop if there is any question.
In the last verse here, is jnanam here in the technical meaning of knowing or being aware of the non-difference between oneself and Brahman?
Brahma Gyan.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sandeep.
So I have a little doubt on this verse 18.
Yes.
In the commentary, you explained that upholding of Vedas. For upholding of Vedas, this Varnashram system was instituted by the Lord. But abhi, now there is no Varnashram, but the Vedas are still being upheld.
By whom?
Upheld, like we are studying Bhagavatam, so...
Bhagavatam is not Veda. Veda is Veda, Bhagavatam is Purana.
So in today's society, we can say that Vedas are not being upheld.
You tell me, you are also living in today's society. You see somewhere? You have traveled all over India, east, west, north, south, even in the water.
But people are practicing Vedic way of life. There are people who are practicing.
I mean, do you think majority is practicing?
Majority, no, but still...
Maybe not even 1%, 0.0%, 0.01% or something. How many are practicing? Indian population is 150 crores, 1400 million people. So, you think 1 million are practicing? No.
So that is why at the end of the Yuga, the Vedas get looked ho jate hain.
Yes. All right.